Love these chats with our next guest because, listen, tech is always changing, always evolving, always developing, and Mohit Rajhans always kind of keeps us on the right track to kind of look ahead and look into your crystal ball and what we have coming up in 2024. How do you keep up to date on all the tech stuff?
Well, I'll be honest with you, it's very hard these days because there's two different types of things that are happening. One, there's an enormous amount of product that is coming out. We've had a year of transformation when it comes to technology. And then we've got the drama side, the money, where the money's going, the regulations and all of that. So I like to get people really excited about what's happening in the next year, but then I also worry a little bit because a lot of the news cycle is about some of the controversy around some of this product.
We're guilty of that. And there's a story right now with OpenAI and Sam Altman and the drama around there. Are we too focused on the drama about what's going on with their CEO? He's out, now he's back in.
Yeah.
Why are we focused on that so much?
Well, let's be honest. We shouldn't ever fault anybody for being too focused. I think that generative AI and OpenAI in particular, the company that it is, it really disrupted the tech scene this past year. Remember, this ChatGPT thing's only been around for about a year, and it completely shaked up the tech industry. Now the story has become a little bit more about the business side. How did it become so big so fast? How did Microsoft invest this amount of money and then all of a sudden pull its CEO last week? How have we put ourselves in a situation where we've let a company grow so big so fast, yet they haven't answered for just how big and how fast they got there or how they were able to? I think a lot of what we're going to see in the next year, Tim, is going to be a call to arms and a call to answer some of these questions.
Should we be worried that there's one guy that a whole company is willing to quit because he got fired from his job?
Yeah, let's break that down a little bit. Basically, OpenAI started as a non-for-profit company and really wanted to accelerate artificial general intelligence. Then big Silicon Valley came and started investing a bunch of money into it. And Sam Altman was there throughout the whole aspect. Just last week when he was at the developers conference, he made a lot of announcements that really worried the board. And the board is the one that fired him. That board fired him, and all of his employees started to worry that the leadership about OpenAI was in trouble and threatened to quit. So that does show that we can no longer live in a situation where we can let a big tech company just be run by one person.
Because we have history of doing that with the other names out in tech, Mark Zuckerberg's of the world and Elon Musk's of the world. We don't want that to happen again. Can we learn from that? Or is this like we're giving too much to Silicon Valley because they're the one that are creating everything?
Look, I think that we're in a situation now where we see that these tools are here. People of different generations are going to start to use things like OpenAI's tools, like ChatGPT, continue to use Microsoft, continue to use Google. But where are the regulations about how those are being built? And so I think we will see drama. Drama becomes good to talk about. Lots of money going into this stuff. But think, our kids are going to be using these tools. If we said 2 years after Windows was released, that all of a sudden it was gone because one person quit, there would be a big industry that would be worried about the fact that all of a sudden it's gone because of one person. A lot of the engineers at OpenAI, et cetera, threatened to quit without having Sam Altman at the helm, and that is very risky.
You're sitting on this couch in November 2024. What are we talking about AI then?
Well, I think we are in three different phases right now. AI is going to infiltrate social media, in which it's going to be extremely problematic because of all the different types of content that is going to be created and misinformation that's going to be created because of that. On the other hand, it's also going to create an abundance of content, so anybody who feels like they want to make something is going to be able to do it via their phone. When it comes down to essays and education, et cetera, you're going to see boards start to put real rules in place about what can be used when it comes down to writing assistance and referencing assistance. That's going to be very important. The whole aspect of digital literacy is also going to be affected by the gaming industry as well.
Okay, let's get into where's the gaming industry? Where are we going for that in 2024?
So just past year, Activision, big merger. What we're going to see is a real push into Microsoft and education and gaming. Okay. There's this talk right now about the fact that the next generation is going to be a little bit less interested in actually just sitting on a screen and watching things or in a classroom, and that the gamification of the learning process is going to be a big priority.
Because for sometimes when my kid's in front of a screen, but it's for a learning opportunity, I don't feel as bad if it's just for a gaming opportunity.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think virtual reality is going to change that. When you see that your kids are interacting with things that might make them make decisions differently or maybe learn a sport differently, I think that's what you're going to see. Some of the PS5 stuff I've seen, same thing.
Right.
Yeah, like the games are not just about this anymore.
Not about that anymore. Where else are you thinking? What else when it comes to tech trends for 2024? Well, we have a couple minutes left.
Sure. I think that hybrid hybrid work is going to be a big problem when it comes down to tech trends, because a lot of companies want people back inside of the office. So it'll be really up to employees to ask for the type of training that they need to make sure that they're both efficient and they've got the ability to excel, even if a hybrid work environment is still in the cards. The other aspect of this is there's seniors in your life that can really benefit from technology and the connection of technology that's happening right now. So please, if you have people in your life that are, perhaps not as friendly to technology, go to them, talk to them about connected devices, safety devices, things on your iPhone now that can be set off as a result of emergency situations. Those are the types of things we need to start to talk about, and less about cyber attacks and viruses and why ChatGPT can write your MBA thesis for you.
You do a lot of educating. And do a lot of educating with seniors?
I don't, unfortunately, with seniors, but a lot of the segments and conversations I do have about both seniors taking over social media and connected seniors, and I love it because I think it's very important for people to embrace the technology advances.
Yeah, because it's going to continue to advance. So that if you get them in now, and you don't have to become obsessed with it, but just be familiar with it and comfortable with it, because then it just becomes easier for mom and dad or grandma and grandpa to interact with you and not saying, I don't know how to do that. Because
and also they know the warnings, right? Remember, we spoke this year about grandparent scams and the issues associated with that. If the people in your life don't know that a voice can be cloned, that somebody can send you a nefarious link, then how is it that you're going to be able to educate them and warn them about these things? So I think we're in a good place for 2024. We just got to get away from the drama a little bit and get excited about some of the great technology that's coming.
Appreciate all their chats. Anytime we reach out to you, you're always picking up the phone or getting on FaceTime and sitting on our couch. Mohit Rajhans,
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.